Willkommen.
Welcome to our third live stream.
Wie wir ja schon angekündigt haben,
As we have already announced, we have something special today that we don't want to hold back from you. Today we will show you some exclusive footage from our upcoming event, and we are starting right now.
bei uns. Und da werden wir jetzt auch gleich loslegen, dass ihr das sehen könnt.
Ich wollte kurz zur Einführung was.
For newcomers, I want to say something about the game design from our Easter event. The version will be deployed next week, so you can look forward to that. The Easter event will contain new game mechanics that you can see in this video.
Über neue Game-Mechaniken.
The ship got enhanced with a new feature, the search. With this feature you can, for example, find Easter eggs, which can also be found with some other game mechanics that I don't want to spoil for you right now, but one of these will be the enhancement for the ship.
Das Erkundungselement.
Now I'll pass over to Armin, so he can tell you about the creation of the assets and other great new graphics you will see in the game.
Dann machen wir das doch gleich.
So we will do this right now. Armin, we want to show some of the unique stuff that you can get during the Easter event.
Was man einzigartig im Osterevent erhalten kann. Und dann machen wir das doch mal. Ja, dann sag doch einfach was dazu.
Here we have the bell tower. This is one of the decoration items that you can buy with your Easter eggs. You can use it to beautify your island next to your normal city buildings or everything else in the game.
Seinem normalen Stadtgebäude oder wo auch immer man will und kann eben ins Spiel setzen. Des Weiteren haben wir natürlich Loading Screen.
Then we have created new loading screen images for our Easter event. They will appear as soon as we're starting the event.
Und wenn wir schon mal von Loading Screens reden,
Everyone can easily see the Easter reference on the loading screen.
euch auch das,
Maybe some of you have seen the BlueByte Backstage special where Armin explained his work here and told us about the loading screens as well. Now we have prepared something for you in regard of the history of the new loading screen. This is the loading screen as it can be seen currently in the game, and Armin will tell you something about the making
mal
of.
die Geschichte oder das Making of des Loading Screens durch. Ne?
Sehr gerne. Ja, angefangen hat das Ganze.
It all started with different test images in the most various styles. We did a voting and this is the final screen, and so we did a final version of it, which we see here.
Ein Screen, für den wir gewotet haben, den wir dann final erstellt haben. Das finale Bild sehen wir.
Sooner or later we want to add some animation to it, like moving the layers or fade out the clouds, which we have already prepared, and this can be added into the game sometime.
Das ist alles vorbereitet und kann dann später durchaus noch ins Spiel kommen. Ich würde sagen, wir schalten dann jetzt
I would say we take a look at the first version to see the image composition. The city is slowly revealed through the clouds. At this point, this image was voted for, so we continued working on it.
erstellt. Wenn wir jetzt mal weiter.
These are the first steps, a rough sketch of the image.
Ganz rough, ganz grob schon mal in Szene zu setzen, den Bildaufbau zu machen. Danach wird es dann
After that, we get more detailed. Here we have the city already implemented, the colors get pushed in the final direction, details on the mountains and so on.
gepusht. Die Details kommen halt eben rein von den Bergen und so weiter. Da können wir vielleicht nochmal weiterschalten.
The cathedral was important for us because it's one of the biggest buildings we have, and that's typical for Anno, so it had to go into the image.
Mit rein muss. Ja, und auch hier haben wir uns dann das
We decided to mirror the image because it has a better feeling this way. We also have details here for ships, the ocean and the mountains. And then we're almost done. This is the final image. It seems to go fast, but it took us some days of work, to say it carefully.
der ein oder andere Tag Arbeit drin, sag ich mal vorsichtig, bis wir da bis zu dem finalen Bild gekommen sind.
Man hat ja auch sehr schön bei den
You can see a part of this progress in our backstage video, which is highly recommended. You can see all the development behind the project. You can also see the QA, our testers, and Armin, who gives a live performance in the video. In terms of timing, it was not that perfect as the final image we just saw. Also, you can see the work of our game designers and developers, so check it out.
Also es lohnt sich auf jeden Fall dort reinzuschauen.
Okay, let's get back to the farm. Armin wants to give us a little more information here.
So, Armin möchte dazu gerne noch ein paar Sätze sagen dann. Ne?
Okay, let's take a look to some screenshots. Yes, here we can see the 3D model when we start the modeling process of a building. We also work with 2D, but our basis is always 3D. But let's get back to the farm. Here we can see it after the first rendering process. The building is shaded and without textures. In the next step, we give textures to the walls, to the roof and all the other things. But the technical rendering is not the final result because some details like the ground or the adjustment in terms of the surrounding are missing. So everything you see is really handmade and we have to work hard to reach the final stage, which you see here. Now we will answer the first question of our chat. The first question is, will we be able to decorate the pier? Yes, the pier is a little bit work in progress. We have dealt with this topic for weeks now because it looks very empty at the moment. You will be able to put buildings on it. We will have different versions of the pier made of stone because it was a little bit unspectacular. We have different models of piers that looks different. We already have pier elements made of wood, especially the buildings at the beginning where you don't have advanced material like stone. So there's a lot happening in this regard.
So, dann gehen wir zur nächsten Frage. Die kommt von Avantasia.
The next question comes from the Twitch community from Avantasia. Will you be able to rebuild the ships at some time?
Wird man die Schiffe später umbauen können?
Yes, rebuilding a ship is one of the things we have planned for the future. You can picture it like this. At the moment we are working on building the ships themselves, where you can already apply certain objects, but we will implement the possibility to exchange additional items later on. We already talked about rebuilding ships, but what about repainting ships? I can remember someone was asking if you can send out your ship in a pirate's look, for example. Like you put the ship into the dockyard and it comes out in a new design.
Losschicken lassen kann. Also dass man quasi wie in eine Werft schickt und dann halt mal einen neuen Anstrich verpassen.
There are some plans about personalizing the ships, like different sails, and we're also talking about guild logos on the sails. Changing the colors of the ship can also be a possibility, and this is it at the moment.
Okay,
next question. Do you have plans for an English version of Anno Online? Okay, here I can give the answer right away. Yes, there will be a complete English version of the game, but we don't want to talk about the release date yet. But we promise you it will be soon and the preparation is on final stage so far. So, be anxious and follow us on Facebook, and if you got a beta key, you will also get all important information.
wenn ihr schon einen Beta-Key oder eine Beta-Key-Registration vorgenommen habt auf dieser Seite, dann werdet ihr auf jeden Fall eine Information bekommen, wenn ihr zu den Auserwählten gehört.